Hello and welcome everyone, I'm Madals and today I have got game 2 of a best of 3. It's from the ESET UK Masters, Protoss v Protoss, so let me introduce these two players. Spawning in the top right of Cloud Kingdom, representing Team Dignitas, it's BlinG. And his opponent, down in the lower left, from Mouse Sports, it is the red Protoss player, HasuObs. So, PvP, game 1, if you don't know the result of game 1 because you haven't watched, pause this video, flick over to my channel and give it a watch. Fair warning, it went to HasuObs. So, HasuObs, if he wins this, will take the series. It's a best of 3 and therefore will be very happy with themselves. This is from the group stages of the ESET UK Masters and everything on the line. The top 3 from the group of 6 will advance. The bottom 3 will go no further. And of course there was a £10,000 prize pool on the line, which was... that's fairly substantial. That's the sort of thing that you definitely want to win. So let's recap of game 1 and what really happened. BlinG, he went for an early 3-gate pressure. HasuObs held it off nicely. He then followed that up with 4-gate DTs. Unfortunately, HasuObs, he went for some Oracle harass, which managed to kill 20 workers back at BlinG's base. And then he got out a second Oracle to grant him detection at his base to deal with the DTs before significant damage was done. BlinG was very far behind at that point, went for one final push, but a great time warp from HasuObs' mothership core was able to stop the retreat and allow him to really clean up, and that was the point that BlinG GG'd out. So, it was a close game, very, very one-base heavy. Even though HasuObs did take his natural expansion, it was never used. So, what we'll be seeing in game 2, will it be a replica? Will it be one-base plays? Maybe. Will it be on a natural? Will it be a bit of a longer drawn-out game with Void Rays and Colossi? Potentially. I just don't know at the moment because I have not seen this game. I do not know what happens. I do not even know if there's a third game because the wonderful people who do all the admin work at ESET, they put all the games in a spoiler-free fashion. So every best of 3 is in a folder of basically the series, and each game is in a folder of itself. So you see map 1 folder, map 2 folder, map 3 folder, and unless you open them all, you don't know how many games there are, and that is a really swish way of doing it, and it's a cool way and a cool thing for people to do. So we've got the second gas coming out for HasuObs. He's also got his Cybercore on the way. 2 gas already up for BlinG though, so he started the double gas a bit earlier, but he's only got 2 workers in each as opposed to 3 workers and now 3 workers. So that means he will have slightly less gas than HasuObs shortly. Does start his chrono boosting, his warp gate tech, also getting down a stalker. A second gateway is also in production. Meanwhile, for Hasu, he's just staying on 1 gate, just as we saw in the previous game, getting his mothership core out a lot earlier than that of BlinG, and therefore could go for some early harassment. And if we remember in game 1, the mothership core for HasuObs was able to take out 5 workers. That may not seem like much, but in the early game stages, 5 workers is a roughly probably about a quarter to a fifth of your total worker count. That is a very substantial disadvantage to be at early on in a game, and something that BlinG will want to avoid in this game. So, will he be able to do so? He's got the 2 gateways, so going for a very pressure heavy build himself, getting out 2 more stalkers as well. So just a lot of stalkers on the field, but 1 stalker against the Zealot and Stalker. Obviously BlinG will not win this engagement, will need to retreat, especially if the mothership core comes back. Potentially some nice damage could be done there, so we'll keep an eye out for all of that. But for the time being, BlinG just trying to hide this probe round, ready to get a nice little proxy pylon down. I don't know if HasuObs did spot that. I was right on the edge of the watchtower, and I must admit that I didn't quite flick over to his vision in time. The mothership core for BlinG is now out, but of course all these units are forward, which just means the mothership core coming in from the back, but BlinG smartly has left the stalker there in order to defend. BlinG with an additional stalker over his opponent temporarily, and the mothership core in a good position, will be able to win this fight. Both of his stalkers though incredibly low on health, and that means that he loses 2 stalkers for just 1. A bit of unfortunate micro there, but he hasn't lost any workers behind this. The worker count exactly equal, 24 apiece. HasuObs starting up his Stargate and a second gateway though, so tech heavy out of him. Will we see another Oracle? Will we see a Void Ray? That is the big question. The stalkers for BlinG have now moved forward. He's got 3 gates. He's just gone for a series of warp-ins down by this pylon. That means that this mothership core has only got to deal with a single stalker, and there's a Zealot as well in the base for HasuObs, but it does get pinned down by quite a few probes. It was on attack command for a single probe, unfortunately. That means that it will not deal with the ones attacking it. And even further forward pylon there though for BlinG. HasuObs now got a sentry though. That means that he does have a force field to buy himself some time. BlinG isn't researched or a Twilight Council even down yet for the Protoss, the blue Protoss player, and therefore can't blink up the cliff with the vision of the high ground. But a good number of units are here for BlinG at the moment. 16 army supplies to 13, so that's quite a substantial lead for BlinG at the moment, but the force fields on the high ground really going to be beneficial. Already 2 sentries there, 2 gateways, a third one on the way, an Oracle on its way out as well. BlinG moving forward there, will get the force field down though to prevent anything coming out, and the Mothership Core does take quite a substantial amount of damage. The Stargate was spotted, does see an Oracle being produced out of there. That means that BlinG should warp in some defensive stalkers and does indeed do so. More sentries should come out for HasuObs though, because what he desperately needs is to make sure that these stalkers do not get up into his base. The stalker count is favouring BlinG 7 to 4, but BlinG is having to keep some of his stalkers back in order to defend this. He's getting a Twilight Council yet again and a robotics facility. The Mothership Core moving forward, but does need to be careful. There's 3 stalkers there and falls back yet again. BlinG containing his opponent and is going to try and secure his own natural base. We know that because the probe's coming down here, but where is the Oracle? That is the big question. I saw it out and it's sliding up the side of the map. Now, can it do much damage with 3 stalkers in here? Probably not. With the help of the Mothership Core, potentially a little more. Following on from this, it's another Voidway though. So Voidways, 1 Oracle just for a bit of aggression, more Voidways out just to make sure he can finish it and really deal with the stalkers that BlinG is heavily committing to for the time being. He's also getting Blink out, so this is just to really allow him to move effectively, deal with this air aggression as best he can. The Voidway can happily take out this proxy pylon, shortening the basically resupply distance very, very nicely, and just a small number of units here for BlinG, potentially going to get trapped with their zealots getting warped in behind them, and that is not something that BlinG would want, because it could do an awful lot of damage. The next wave of warp-ins I did hear coming down, and it's going to be some more stalkers, so a nice little pincer movement could be on the cards, and BlinG would have no way out other than a mass recall. And of course his Mothership Core is pretty much maxed out of energy, but using 100 energy for no apparent, well, obviously to save your army, but you don't want to have to use that unless there is no other choice. So just HasuObs preparing. He's got 2 Voidways out already. Cancelled the 3rd in production, but he's now getting himself into a lovely position to start dealing with this. And in he goes. He focuses down the Mothership Core. The mass recall was cancelled, and this means BlinG will lose all of these units. This is a massive amount of losses here. Already losing a tremendous amount more than his opponent. That is exactly what HasuObs would have wanted, and has really cemented himself in a great position. Yes, BlinG has his natural base down, but this counter push could be absolutely devastating. Only a handful of stalkers here. There's already 2 Voidways out. We've got so many more stalkers as well on the way. The only thing missing for HasuObs is a proxy pylon, so he cannot reinforce, unfortunately, but a good little time warp comes down, and as I said in game 1, the time warp does mean that you can get a unit or 2 for free, and that really does matter. 47 army supply to just 16, no sentries, and well, BlinG is looking to be in an absolute tremendous amount of trouble here. The Oracle flying in as well, forcing a quick little warp in back, and that means the natural base will definitely get taken down. An Envision goes down though. Brilliant. It wasn't even an Envision. I forgot what the spell's called because I've had a mind freeze, but it just means revealed, or whatever it is, on all of these stalkers. Just means that now HasuObs knows precisely where his opponent is. BlinG is done though. That means that BlinG does have a bit more mobility, can micro his stalkers very effectively, but with the Voidways here, well, it's just going to be really, really tough to deal with. A second Voidway also on its way over. One was taken out while taking out the natural Nexus, but HasuObs securing his own natural behind this. This is really piecing together nicely. He's getting more Voidways out all the time. The worker count is 33 to 28 in HasuObs' favour. Force fields being used just to make sure that these stalkers come up, because BlinG knows that he most likely does not have enough to defend against all of this. He's got 36 army supply up against 52. He's trying to boosting these warp gates as best he can to try and get more units out, but the thing he's banking on is a good counter-attack, and it could actually be very effective because HasuObs, he's running all of his armies, all of his units across the map, but no high ground vision at the moment. This means the Stalker's just going to have to go in the long way. There's only 2 Zealots defending though. They can get taken out very, very quickly. More warp-ins coming down of some more Zealots. What is HasuObs going to do? He's going to have to pull back all of his army. The Mothership Core gets taken out, I believe that was. No, it wasn't. It was a Voidway taking out there. So a really good snipe, but of course BlinG, he's going to be able to be achieving a lot of good damage. A mass recall will be used. HasuObs knows he needs to defend this and cannot force a base race, but still BlinG, he's broken the contain, but HasuObs does have his natural base up. That is very beneficial for him. These Stalkers desperately trying to retreat. They do have BlinG, so should be able to get away very safely. One gets picked off there, unfortunately. Not what you really want, and this game is looking really, really really close at the moment, but BlinG, he's got to deal with some economic damage, otherwise he will be out of this. That's what it all comes down to. The Void Rays are going to be so beneficial, especially as Prismatic Alignment is now activated. The Stalkers blink back. BlinG has to take the best engagement possible right now, because the tech is at a much bigger advantage for HasuObs. So is the army supplies, and so is the worker supply. And when everything, tech, upgrades, economy, and just units on the field are in your advantage, you're generally in a good spot. A hallucinated Phoenix giving Vision of the high ground. The Mothership Core will get taken out with so many Void Rays here. BlinG has already been used, so they can't get away too quickly. Blinking now down, trying to deal as much damage as they can in the meantime. The Void Rays, though, dealing good damage of their own, so things looking really, really tough for BlinG. He's only at 66 supply to 108 of HasuObs. HasuObs looking to be able to take this series 2-0, but BlinG is not going to give it to him easy. He's still pushing forward, but just so many units down here. It is really not looking too fun for him, and this could be it. HasuObs, he's just powering forward, knowing that he's got a much larger army, and BlinG has no choice but to escape. Unfortunately, a couple of Stalkers running to their death there, and there goes the GG, and HasuObs takes the series 2-0. So I hope you all enjoyed this series. If you did, like the video, leave a cool comment, and of course subscribe. Check me out on Twitter and all those sort of things, and I'll see each and every one of you tomorrow with another pro level game. Remember, new games up daily, so check back for your daily dose of StarCraft. I'm Madals, thanks for watching, bye for now.